On today's video, I'm going to show you how to make your subject's head bigger than their body using Filmora X. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everyone? Aaron Bowman here. Thanks for coming by and checking out another video. Now, before we get into today's tutorial, if you haven't already downloaded a copy of Filmora X, there's two links down below. One's for Mac, one's for PC. Download whichever one you need, and then you can follow along with today's tutorial. Now, like I said, we're gonna use this editing technique in order to make your subject's head appear bigger than their body. So it's kind of cool. Let's jump on the computer, fire up Filmora X, and see exactly how this is done. All right, so here we are on the computer now. We've got Filmora X up and running. And again, if you don't have a copy of Filmora X, there are links in the description. You can go over and download it for Windows or your Mac, whatever you're using. And then you can follow along with this kind of fun tutorial, or you can kind of edit some of your own videos and leave a link in the description so we can check them out. So now that we're up and running, there's a couple different ways you can import your videos. You can go to File, you can go to Import. You can click on the movie clacker here, or you can drag and drop. And what I'm going to do is just click on the movie clacker. I'm going to pull up my video here of this guy in the red shirt and import it. Now, this is a pretty easy technique using some masking to pull this off to make his head look bigger than it is. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our media file and drag it into first timeline, and then the second timeline right here, so they're even, and there you go. That's what the guy's doing, talking to his hand. So first things first, we want to highlight the second video clip, go up to effects, and in the search bar start typing in image. You'll see image mask come up. We're going to click on that, and here's a bunch of different image masks, and what we want to do is just drag this right onto clip 2. Once it's on clip 2, we're going to double left click rather, and it's going to bring up this tab here, and you're going to see transform, compositing, motion tracking, video effects. So what we want to do is go down to video effects, and we're going to have our adjustments here. So we want to hide the first clip here. We're just going to click on that eye. Now we can see our mask. So now we want to make sure this mask just covers the individual's face. So by doing that, we're going to bring down the width, and we're going to bring down the height. Then we're going to move this, the y-axis up to right about there, and then we're going to keep adjusting the width and height till we get it exactly where we want. I want it right under his chin. Maybe bring it up a little bit right there. Let me do the width a little bit and height. Yeah, right about there is good. And then we're just going to bump the feather up to about 40. And then what we're going to do is we're going to then come down here to track 1 and click on the eyeball again to show the track. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hit this little down arrow here to close the video effects. And we're going to come up to transform. We're going to hit that little arrow. It's going to open this up here, and this is where we're going to come to scale. So now we're going to just click on the scale, and we're going to start raising his head to where we want it to be, maybe big like that, and then come over here, and we're just going to drag it down to where it fits. Perfect. So now his head is bigger, so when we play the video, this is what his head's going to look like. It's going to look like he has a really big head and a little body. Now we can even probably change that a little bit more if we wanted to. Probably not too much more, because everything, you got to make sure it lines up. So there we go. His head's nice and big, and we're going to start talking to our hand, and there you go. So you have an effect here where your head is bigger than your body. Now, once we have it where we like it, maybe go back down to the video effect, and then maybe a little bit more feathering just to blend in the edges. It's very important you have somewhat of a plain background and not a outfit that has a lot of stripes or patterns on it, because it's going to be very hard to make that all blend together nicely. So If you're shooting this, make sure that you do it wearing a solid color shirt and you have somewhat of a solid color background. Once you have everything where you like it, you can hit OK. You can go back to media. If you wanted to add in titles, this is where we would add our title in very simply by dragging and dropping what we want and then double clicking on the title to make the scale where we want it, rotation, and then your X and Y axis where you want it to be in your video. So that's how you would do your title, and then all you have to do is click on the letters to change it to what you want. So we can go big head, and then that would be our title. So when you are doing everything, if you're doing this to kind of be like a funny intro, you could do something like that. And that is pretty much it. Again, you can go through, you can tweak all these different settings. You can add some music to it. Very simple. Just go up to the music tab and pull down what audio you want. Drag and drop it to the end. Click on the scissors. Right click on the part you want to delete. Hit delete. And now you have a kind of a cool intro with a big head and a little music. So this technique is very simple to do. Again, there's just a few things you want to remember when doing this, making sure that your actor or actress has a solid shirt color on, a fairly plain background. That way there you don't have any lines, stripes, any type of like brickwork maybe where you have to align it all up so it looks good. And this is very, very simple to do. You can do it under 7 minutes. All right, so as you can see, this is fairly simple to pull off. You can use it anywhere within your video. And there's just a few pointers you want to remember. Make sure that your subject doesn't have a shirt on like I have. It's more of a plain, solid color and not a background like this also, because it's going to be hard to line a lot of stuff up with the masking and the feathering. So make sure you have kind of a solid background. Those are kind of the two best things I could tell you to do when doing this for the first time. It makes it a lot easier to happen. And other than that, make sure you leave a comment down below on how you're going to use this. Like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.